WesWes Show.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Empty Out the Clip podcast, the EOTC. My name is Cams and I'm here in the heart of West Auckland. Here with the brothers Yush and Leti. What's up, bros?
What's up? It's funny how you say like heart of West Auckland, eh?
It's good. It's good. Every week we get a different rotation of people coming on the podcast, which is great. You know, different perspectives and different point of views, which is good. Nah, man, all for it. Let's do some shout outs. Let's go, Yush.
Shout out to the Toko Asuli. Man, his mother passed away, so him and all his family. So much love out to him and his family, and then all the reliever teachers, because since he's been away, because he's my me and him partners. Shout out to the reliever, Mr. Oi, being in this week. Doing a great job, me tag teaming with her. And so, you forget how much the relievers copper, but now she's awesome. She's awesome. Great teacher, and all the other relief teachers, holding it down while the teachers are away and things like that. So, the kids always try to play up and test them out and all that sort of stuff. So, shout out to all those guys and ladies, doing their best to educate the kids while, teachers are either sick or off for different bereavements or different things like that. So, shout out to Suli and all the family and all the relievers out there. That's me.
Nice, guys. Oh, man, yes. Condolences to the Masi family, Suli and that. Another condolences is to Nigel and Jason Chang. The old man passed away. It was last week on Friday or Wednesday. Nigel and Jay coming to the Bibles late this afternoon. Come and get lined up. Another shout out to Auntie Roberta. She's obviously flown over for this wedding, this funeral, and to her boy Keanu. Shout outs to my new workplace, who probably put up with like a couple of days off and then all of a sudden another day off. Man, I hope I still got a job. I'm sort of hopeful that they might come hard on me, but I'm so grateful that I'm still employed somewhere. Another one's especially to my wife, My wife, so we had our baby boy the other day. I think, I don't know if it's official, but I think we went with an Irish name, Keelan. Keelan. But his Turkish name's Lomi.
Lomi.
After my cousin Richie passed away a couple of years ago. But we haven't 100% drilled it, but I want to name him Rob after my cousin Robbie passed away, but we called him Sally. Different feeling in the like just being a new dad. It's like, they say it's like riding a bike. We didn't realize oh man, you gotta watch out when you ride the bike. You gotta make sure the chain's there, the ends in the tire, the brakes work, and you're not gonna break the bike and stuff. But it's just different, different feeling. It's nice to know that at least this time around we're like set up, like we're settled, like we got our own place. They need to worry about walking on eggshells, being at the in-laws and stuff like that. So it's like it feels way better this time around. But I gotta give it up to my wife, mate. Like when I think about pain threshold, like I've broken my thumb and thought it was gout, and when I've had they call it a Bennett's fracture. It's like when boxers break their thumb and then there's like separation from the bone and where it's supposed to be. But I think about my wife when she gives birth, man. She's like a gangster. He just comes in, no pain relief, hypes herself up in there. We say, we're in there for an hour, and that's it. That's us, So, mad love and respect to her. And my last one's probably to Ava and Eric's. It was good to have those two back on, rotating again, and hoping that Eric's all good. He gets the help that he needs, and Ava doesn't fall asleep on his 24-hour shift. I look forward to hearing from those two in the next week or two. Yeah, that wraps up my shout-outs.
Yeah. Oh, so I just got one more. Shout out to Ranui PIC. They had a fundraiser for for the mothers and that. But not just because I've taken my mum to a few of the events recently, and they was really hospitable. My mum, mad feeds and just always really caring and always look after my mum. Try to get her out and about. So shout out to the Ranui PIC, Ainga, and the church there. So appreciate it. It's good. It's always good. Like get mum out and hangs out with the other oldies and they have the little chats and stuff like that. So we went yesterday. It was nice. That's
Nice,
it.
boys. Nice. Man, let's make a shout out to Filippo and for coming over on Thursday, I think, to do some photography. So
no.
So that's why the cover of the new magazine that's come out online, issue 5 of the WesWes Sports magazine. On the cover, it's hip hop artist, recording artist, Louis Tangalo. He came over for a Back on 135 episode, just a catch up episode, and had Filippo come as well to take some photos. Man, it took ages, eh? Like I thought it was just come in and just snap a few shots and that's it. But no, man, had to get some props, had to get some lighting done, had to get some poses, had to get the right pose, and so I think we started around 8:30. We didn't leave until midnight. So trying to rearrange the studio to get the perfect shot. Eh?
Yeah.
But after all that, man, it was fun. Eh? I didn't expect like how fun it would be, but I didn't expect how much work goes into trying to produce the perfect shot. Eh?
Yeah.
So out of the 277 photos we took, it came down to like three shots, and we picked the one that you see now on the magazine. So shout out to Filippo and his photography skills, and Louis for jumping on the podcast, doing the catch up, and being on the front cover. So his song Will Be Found is out on Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard it, but
Man, it's pumping on the Ladies Barbers New Zealand Music Month. I've got them at number 2. It's my number 2 for the month. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool sound. It's produced by David Atai, who's if you remember him, he's from Nisha Mystic. He's the short dude, the guitarist. He's the Mexican looking dude with the beard. Yeah. So it's him. He produced a song, and if you can, it's kind of like what a Nisha Mystic sound would sound like, if you think about it. And you put two and two together with him and it, producing it, it sounds a lot like major influence there. But nah, man, it's good. It was good. It's good to get the magazine out again, issue 5. And man, it's getting better, eh? I think every issue try things out. I think this round was a proper photography shoot. Like the last magazine was being like photos I take from the internet and just Photoshop and enhance it and that, but this is actual original. So shout out to Filippo for coming around and producing those photos. I think I'll throw it up. I'll throw up after this. I'll throw up another link to the magazine so you guys can have a read, and also throw up a link to Filippo acknowledging his cover art. His cover art. Yeah, man, and shout outs to all the WesWes Network listeners, and you can tune in to the WesWes Network on Spotify and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Go check out our website, www.weswesnet.com. You can read all our articles, you can find all our other podcasts, and also read back issues of the magazine, back from issue 1, so you can read all the old issues. Also, you can tune in, you can go to the Empty Out the Clip Facebook page. It's a private group page, so jump in, answer the 3 questions, and we'll let you in. It's a chance to throw up some comments and some articles for us to talk about on the podcast. All right, boys. How's your week been, man? How's your week? Yush, let's go.
No, it was a tough week. It's been a bit like everyone else in Auckland. A little bit fluey still, a little bit, the old nose, a little bit of cough here and there. But I just pushed through. And my older daughter was a little bit as well, but not too bad. But and then with my teaching partner, being out. But yeah, it was tough, eh? Like a little bit crook and stuff like that, but you're just trying to go to school and keep the same routine. You know, my daughter doing her training, wrestling, and then with basketball on Saturday. But the pool was closed. They emailed and said there was like they stuffed up like the chlorine mixture or something like that, so they had to close it. But it was probably it was probably timely because we weren't feeling like the household wasn't feeling the best anyway, so it's probably not a bad thing. But no, it was a tough week. It was a tough week just trying to push through each day, like not feeling 100%, and then the kids are pushing us a little bit more than usual. But I'm not happy to get. I was happy to get to the weekends. To be honest, man, it was good to get to the weekend, and just trying to like keep doing everything. Get some training in, and not like sort of drop off of things. And my niece is staying with us for the weekend. My sister and her husband are going to Aussie. Foze's 150th. But I think they're gonna catch one of his games. But he got suspended, so they're gonna have to go back in like another week. So they got pushed back. But yeah, I saw they had a good gathering with some of the other family members and that. But yeah, no, it's been a tough week. But happy to get to the weekend and happy to be here to catch up for you guys and just share some yarns. So tough week, but good. Yeah. What about you guys? Yeah.
Man, week's been long. The week's been long.
Yeah.
Worked 2 days on Monday, Tuesday, and wife had to get induced, so they had to take her to the hospital. And yeah, she done everything under the sun apart from have some adult hugs to try and bring on her labor. But it was good because we had Wednesday off. Went into a hospital from about 9:15. And then they gave her some medication just to hurry it on. But no, it happened real fast, eh? It took bits on what time baby was going to arrive and what day. I think my daughter Lauren got the day and I picked the closest time. But nah, mad respect to all the midwives out there, man. Especially to my wife's one friend. She's like, she reminds me of one of our bridesmaids, Lara. She was a cop too. Her name's Constable Shine. It's just funny, man, because we had the must have been like just the midwife on duty. Well, friend actually came because there was a midwife. She had just finished her shift, but she must have worked the whole shift and then taken a late dinner, like a late lunch break. So she said, "Oh, wouldn't you feel uncomfortable? Whatever, just give me a ring." The phone just keep ringing. So no one was coming. And then the new midwife had started. She came into the room. I was like, "Oh, what's happening?" Like, "Oh, no." They just said if you want to give a heads up to the other midwife, like our midwife, I think now would be right. And like to my surprise, because I sort of like see how my wife's moods change. I was like, "Yeah, I think it's time to ring her." Eh? So I think it was like 3 or 4 big pushes. Nothing, and then a friend walked in like 5 minutes to go. She came in for the last 5 minutes, and then not long later, baby was born.
Oh, nice.
But it's just like, because obviously, how I don't know what it is, but they say like when your contractions are like a minute apart and they last longer than a minute. I said, nah, there's no such thing as those. My wife has it like, might have it for a minute, 30 seconds later has another minute, and then a minute and a half. That's not normal. Because she can be having one and be normal. Like, she doesn't show it in her face. But it's when my wife stops talking. So she's like, looked at me, didn't say anything. I said, I better ring the lady to ring the other midwife to come. Otherwise, she's going to miss it. But man, it happened so fast and it was like, oh, baby's here. So
Yeah.
it was cool that he got to, my wife stayed in overnight for observations and then we brought him home the next day. But just as we were about to leave, she got all showered up and we were about to walk out and then the duty midwife was like, "Oh, can I just run one more test past you?" And then look, you failed it, so she had to stay another hour and a bit. And then I was like, "Oh, hurry up, man! I just want to go home." And man, I gotta say, man, I gotta empty out the clip on Waitakere Hospital's parking, man. You go get a parking up there. Oops, I swear to God, man, I must have wasted like at least 3 liters just driving around trying to find a park. There's nowhere to park, bro. And then I was getting mad. I was like, should I just get parking where it says emergencies only, right? It's like, how many people are going to come and have babies and all the suites are vacant? Then I was thinking, nah, that's not right, Go park, 'cause someone else will need it.
Yeah.
I ended up parking on the grass. I parked on the grass and I was like, give me a ticket because I'd rather get a ticket instead of wasting my gas driving around trying to find a park, So, man, sort the parking out, man. This is parking stupid. People are going to have kids, mate, If you're going to be a visitor, visit them when they're at home, man. See, unless the baby died or something like that, just keep your ass at home, man. If your ass doesn't need to be there, go in one car, It's like new parks. It's like a 150-meter walk, and then, oh shit, I forgot the bag. Walk all the way back, It's like, man, you should be able to get into the hospital, maternity unit, that's what you're there for, straight up. But nah, I was just annoyed, because, like, even being told, oh, nah, your wife's got to stay back another hour. So it's like, fuck, I already knuckled everything to the car. It's like 300 meters away. It's like, damn it. So I was like, fuck it. I just jumped in my truck, fucking parked right outside the entrance on the grass. It's like, fucking someone told me, man. I'm ready to give someone a honey, So I was like, yeah. So grateful that my car was like, had air in the tires and a full tank, It's like, but it's just like annoying, just driving around trying to find a car park, man. It's like trying to find a car park is such a stupid thing. But not the rest of the week's been all right. It's been fortunate to have some sun, which is good. But man, the frost at night gets cold, I noticed that. I was like, Sunday, am I wearing track pants? Not that track pants, stupid. But yeah, it's just been cold. Sometimes I fall asleep on the couch and I'm sitting up. Didn't realize underneath the heat pump. Didn't even realize, like, shit, I'm still sitting up. It's so cold, man.
Yeah.
But you, Cam, how's your week been?
Cold, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first couple of days, Monday and Tuesday, it was freezing, Man. And then it kind of got warm on Friday and Thursday. But, man, it was like the middle of winter, Monday and Tuesday. But, I've just been, I've been having late nights all week,
Yeah.
Late nights all week. And I finally caught up with some sleep yesterday. So I had a long nap. I think I had a nap from 1 o'clock to 5. Just catch up on that sleep, man. But no, you had and I got something to admit to you guys. I never learned my lesson there. I had to write my articles last minute again.
Oh,
Thursday night, Friday night.
Shit, sorry. I think I had one sitting in the laptop too.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah. Fuck, sorry, bro.
No, it's alright, because I put Yush's one up. He wrote back in the days.
Okay.
Yeah. Put the back on the lifestyle section of the magazine.
Okay.
But no, it was good, Like,
I'll get onto one tonight.
it was good. It was a good lesson for how fast I can write in so little time, And I was kind of happy with it. I made a mistake there, and I didn't realize I made a mistake until after I published it. So I had to quickly go back and change it. So it was a bit of a fact. A fact that I got wrong for some reason. But I think I was just tired. But now I went back and I corrected it. So that was all good. Yeah, man, just doing the producing another episode of 135 Footy Show on Thursday, and that turned to crap because the connection was off for some reason, so it cut out like 5 times. So now instead of a easy edit, it's like now trying to put things together, which took ages. So we recorded on Thursday, and I finally put it out today. So what? 3 days late. 3 days late for that episode, and it's hard because the game's already on. And if you're talking about predictions, you can't really put it out. The game's already finished. So
yeah, yeah.
So apologies for that. But no, man. Other than that, it's been all good. Like I'm not complaining. I just think like I love putting in the work. So
last minute work.
Yeah, the last bit of work, but it's all worth it because haven't missed the deadline yet. We're 5 issues in, and we've made each of our deadlines. So.
No pressure, no diamonds.
So it's all good. No pressure, no diamonds. Right?
That's good.
Yeah. That's good. I forgot a couple of things. Tuesday, because I usually have like a Bible study group, but the guy who leads us, he's going away on holiday. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll just muck around, like, but then I was like, nah, that's not the mentality. So I was proud of myself. I still just chucked on like a lesson from like YouTube, and still did it on the Tuesday night. So I still did my normal routine, but did that. So I was proud of that. Like, I was trying to think, like, don't just rely on him, like, to have the class, and then when he's not there, then, they don't do anything. So that was Tuesday, and then Friday was good. It was a blessing, like, because went to the funeral, but in the morning, it was a coincidence that it was my older daughter's cross-country morning. So it worked out perfect. So I went to that and then went to the funeral. So, yeah, it was quite a blessing that, me and my wife just bought some bakery from the one in Tet South, Shout out to those guys. They're the best bakery in Auckland, man. Got me my quiche and fruit salad, and then got her some stuff. And she goes, "Oh no, just give me like a cream donut. I'm not hungry," but I still got her like a sausage roll. Sure enough, get there and she's like, "Oh, you got anything else?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." I knew you would be hungry by now. Anyway, and then like it was cool to watch her like run, and then all her friends, like she's year one, so they had year 1, 2, 3, stuff like that. But it was cool, man. Like just with the kids going hard, and just giving it a good crack. I was proud of my daughter. Like she's not that good a runner, but I was just happy to see her like finish it and finish strong. So no, I was pretty just felt blessed for that Friday that I got to go to, my mate's funeral, or his mum's funeral, and then see that in the morning beforehand. So yeah, that was another part of the week that was pretty cool to share. Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, just I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay, boys. Let's move on to our topic. So, not really much things happened this week, eh? So we just sort of put some last minute stuff up there on the Facebook page. But we'll start with this morning's fights. So did you guys catch any of it?
Not the Jai Opetaia fight. I just saw the decision, but I did watch. I think like 5 rounds of the World Heavyweight Undisputed Championship fight, bro. That's man. I think just from the footage that I did see, it's hard to fight against a southpaw guy. Eh, it's hard. Like it shows, like history shows it, man. Most heavyweights they struggle against southpaw guys. I think Tyson Fury wasn't any different too, because like it didn't matter like how Tyson had him at distance. All these short punches, like every time, bro, the short punches got hurt, like wherever Usyk could stick a body, fuck he'd stick a body, and if he didn't stack the next two at the body, fuck he got him in the head, It was just, but he's Robocop, with a target, like he lands his targets, bro. If the cage is telling him, bro, don't go toward his body, just go at his liver, fuck he'll stick it in his liver, man. Like he's so precise, eh? He doesn't just throw punches for the sake of throwing punches, so he conserves the energy as well. So I didn't catch the back half, but I think just reading the thread of how the fight unfolded, I think, fuck, he's just too good, eh? He's the man.
Yeah, I think with Tyson Fury, he's the type of fighter that, like, for me, like, he's kind of awkward, eh? He's kind of awkward in his body shape and that. You think that, like, he's gonna go down anytime, but he's built a rep of being the guy that doesn't fall down. He doesn't get down. He has had that one fight where he did, his last one. His first time he got knocked down, no.
He got dropped against Wilder, and he got the Undertaker by a 14-second count when the ref was counting. He got one. He got to 14, and he still let him up. He got it the first time. But yeah, fuck, he's just
against Francis Ngannou.
Ngannou, yeah. So I think that the commentators they were talking about, they were referencing that fight and asking if that was the turning point in his career, or downhill from here, downhill from there, eh? And probably would it have given Usyk some confidence going into this fight?
I mean, I don't follow the boxing scene too closely, but I am a Tyson Fury fan. He's big,
How come?
I just like his story. He was drugged out and lost and depressed, and then he turned to Jesus, and sort of gave him purpose and direction, and got his life and career back on track. he got back, like, his marriage, he got his marriage good. It's good to hear guys, they sorted out, him and his wife, and then got back, became champion. And, like, guys, he was the baddest dude on the earth, like, heavyweight champion of the world fighter, and he's on there, on the TV, everyone's watching, and they hate it. People don't want to see it, and he's claiming Jesus Christ, He's got a hat on. And everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people hate that, because they're very anti that. And so I think this guy's a man, like, he doesn't care. He's got his Jesus hat, and it's like in a different language. And he's just unapologetically himself, I like him. And just that he came back, he could have gave up on his life, but he didn't, and he fought for it. Got his career, his marriage, everything back on track. And, even Wilder, because I like Wilder too. But he said some, like, real, like devilish, like demonic stuff, and Fury punished him for it, and rightfully so. And so hopefully Wilder wakes up from that, and gets back on track with his boxing and his thing. Because I like Wilder as well, but I don't like the stuff he was saying. It was pretty dark, It was like, man, it's a bit weird. But yeah, so Fury's the man. But I thought, like, when he retired, he got into, like, too much good living. Like, he was doing TV stuff and all that. And then as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, he's over. In my mind, like, when you're a warrior, like, I've been following a lot of Khabib stuff on YouTube. And he's like, you only get your prime once. And he was talking about how he's a warrior. He's born a warrior. And same as Fury, he's born a warrior too. And you can train yourself to be a champion, but the warrior spirit is always, like, it's more of a born thing, and he has that. But I think his mind didn't match that. Like, more recently in his career, he showed against Ngannou. Obviously, he should have put him away easily, being a proper boxer. But when you live the good life too much, you see it. A lot of guys they fold, like Conor McGregor as well. He's doing movies. Ronda Rousey doing movies and things like. When you start doing that, you're not focusing on your craft, Yeah. You got to do everything for your craft. The samurai doesn't muck around. They didn't go do like acting and all that. Like, samurais, they just train and, like, eat, sleep, and breathe that stuff, until that's it. And so the focus is not there. That's my take on it anyway. As soon as he retired and started doing, like, other stuff, his career ended then. Even though I'm more of a fan of Fury. That's just my take on it. Yeah.
Now, Fury's the man, bro.
Yeah, I like Fury.
His credit, Fury.
Yeah.
He's too nice a guy. Like, even the post fight interview, he had nothing shit. He had no shit to talk. He had no shit talk, man. He was just, this is the best I could have been prepared for myself for this fight, given the fact that we went back on the contract and he had another fight. He's still conditioned from his last fight, and I haven't been. So, but I came to the fight as fit as I could, and I just didn't show up. And if I could turn back, tell myself to be prepared for these last 2 rounds, then I could have got up on it. Probably I would have, but I just couldn't, So that says a lot about him, man. Like,
no excuses there. He doesn't just play. Yeah, it's good.
Man, people are gonna fall down and go, "Fuck, I hurt my shoulder cuff." Like, I'm not gonna say the Filipino who said he didn't mention Jesus and then said he fucked his shoulder cuff, but this guy took the loss and said, "I lost, bro. That's it."
Good on him. Yeah, I didn't know that, but it's good to hear. He just copped it on the chin.
It's just, man, because, man, shout out to my mate Ariel who breathed this, bro. He breathed this moment, And he told me the day that this guy, he's seen him box, he goes, "Solly, there's gonna be a new world undisputed heavyweight champion, and he's gonna come from the division below." And when he told me about it, you said, "Bro," I was like, "Nah, piss off." He's only like 15-0 at the moment, but I could see it, man. I could see it. And if he gets an Anthony Joshua fight, if it does happen, bro, this guy will be he's gonna be the next champion, and he's gonna beat Tyson. And he predicted this like 3 years ago. And I'm like, yes. If I went with him, bro, I'd be giving him $200 or something. Because he saw it and he said, "Bro, he's gonna do it, man." And I was like, but who's gonna sell that fight, And then sure enough, this Saudi Arabia fight came through the back door, mate, But nah, good on him, bro. Like, it's about time. Hey, now there's no shit talk. The only thing we're gonna see from this here now is the fallout of the belts and what Federation doesn't want him to be their champ, because they're gonna do everything to make sure that there's other guys coming up to grab the other belts off him, And we'll just see what belts Usyk holds on to. That's all we can do now.
Here's an
Yeah.
interesting fact. When was the last time there was American heavyweight champion?
Holyfield.
I think that was a long time ago.
Bro, that's more than 20 years ago.
Is it?
That's a long time ago. It's a long time
Yeah.
ago, man. Yeah. And
One thing I noticed about the exchange at the end of the fight, like how they were like really respectful for each other and all that kind of stuff. And then I remember at the weigh-in, they had their little altercation.
oh,
You
yeah.
know, you just know it's all fake gay. Like it's
Yeah.
part of the try to get the audience to tune in to the pay-per-view and all that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Especially bro, because Tyson's so awkward and he's so tall. You see how he was like pushing U6 bodyguard, and his trainer, like you're trying to get in his face. It's like, bro, that guy should just throw a punch. Just throw a punch and see what happens. Call his bluff. Fuck.
But yeah, it's a little bit off topic. It's on topic a little bit. But Khabib, man, he's like it will never change in boxing. But you know, he talks about how like just fight the best guys. You know, and I get annoyed with boxing. Like Fury's never fought Anthony Joshua, and like they all go around and they wait for the times and all that. But I remember when Khabib was the man, he would always just be like, "Who's up next? Who's up next? You know, who's the next best guy?" He never like dodged anyone or like waited for the timing. He was always just like ready. And I was like, wow, this guy's the man, eh? Like, I've been following a lot of his stuff. I like a lot of like his wisdom and stuff like that around training and mindset. But yeah, I think boxing is not like that, eh? They didn't have that type of mentality, eh?
Okay.
It's always like about money and tactics, you know, like trying to get the guy while he's coming down, you know, like don't fight him now, he's too good. Like wait till his career's on the downward spiral or something like that. Like,
given you've said that about Khabib, and like he's always said, who's next? If this fight had been a draw, because that's what I was thinking, prediction wise. If they didn't give it to Usyk, they're gonna call it a draw. If there wasn't a draw today, like if today was a draw, who would you say would be the next best fight apart from the rematch? If it was a draw today, who do you rate as the top two heavyweights in the division?
I mean, I'm not.
It's gonna be these two. It's gonna be these two.
Yeah, because I believe Andy Ruiz still holds like weight, you know, for what he's done.
Yeah, he should be in there, and I think like Joshua always. I don't know why they haven't fought yet.
Yeah, that always puzzles me, bro. Like it's
You know
like
what I
how
mean?
did that guy? Yeah, because you know you think the way Joe won, right? I'm
Yeah.
not trying to discredit Joe, like because you know, Joe's held about the freaking what's his name? Let's go, champ. That guy. What's his name?
Briggs.
Yeah, he's held about that Briggs is held, right? And that's the same about that Lennox Lewis held. Like, I just thought the way he won it, like, man, that's because the hometown advantage, you know.
Yeah.
They could have gone the other way as well. But I feel like the road he took to beat Joshua was like, man, that's like the Rocky story, eh? That's like the write him off. He's not gonna win. But I reckon if Ruiz had called out, say, Wilder or Tyson Fury after he beat Joshua, this division wouldn't be the way it's structured right now. Because that's all they had to change boxing.
Ruiz didn't get his love, eh? Seems like.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it was too polarized because they wanted the rematch. They should have let it sit for a bit. You know? Because as soon as Usyk took that fight, he destroyed Anthony Joshua. This is like a waste of time. Because then we would have seen the champion. We would have seen Usyk and Andy Ruiz. You know what I mean? And then we could have seen a Joe and another fight.
Let's just see them all go around and fight each other. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's what happened. These guys try to follow UFC's way of doing shit, and then look what happened. We've just seen the champion, like the heavyweight champion, take a O. You know, from a new kid on the block too. Like, Usyk hasn't been around in the heavyweight division for many years. You know, he's only like in the last 4 or 5 years. So that's one upsetting thing for me, like to view it from like a heavyweight perspective. Like when Joe became WBO champ, Usyk wasn't even a heavyweight. Like, look at it like that, you know. That's how new he is to the division.
I think the final decision we got in the fight this morning. With, Usyk winning the championship, the undisputed championship, is that, man, this is a good step ahead. That's not going in the direction of the controversy that boxing always has been under. These judgment things, because they said before the fight that there was a rematch clause, so it'll be easy for them to say it's a draw, knowing that there's gonna be a rematch. You know, just to build it up again. And I thought that 10 count that Fury had in round 9, was it? Round 9,
you
I
didn't
think.
reckon there was the count?
No, it was a proper 10 count. Yeah. He didn't go down, but I think if there was a draw, that would have tipped it over. Just the fact that there was a 10 count, and the only 10 count in the whole match was on Fury.
Yeah.
So I think because of that decision that Usyk won, because I think if you look at the points, he just won one round. He won one more round than Fury did. I think Fury won the first. He lost the first 4 rounds, and then he won the next 5 rounds, and then Usyk won the rest. But I think with that knockdown, that 10 count, I think that was the one that tipped him over. I think, and it's good that he won on that point. So, but have you got any thoughts on the Jai fight? Opetaia?
I
didn't even watch it. I was trying to find highlights, like good highlights. I couldn't find anything. But I did see someone mention in the comments today that he was worried he'd lost the last 3 rounds. Someone put it in the comments after I posted their picture.
Yeah, I watched the fight today, and he was winning by points all match. I think up to the 10th round. What's his name? Who did he fight? Forgot his name, but he got him with an uppercut, I think. Just snuck in the uppercut, and it rocked him, and it was like a turning point. It was like, hey, you're winning all 10 rounds, and next minute you get one little uppercut, and then you're like going backwards. So yeah, it was a scary moment. Like, that was a chance for the other guy to knock him out, but he had to knock him out to win anyway. But they just fought right through, and Jai, he won at the end. So that was a good fight. It was a good fight, especially the last 3 rounds, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome, bro. Like, it's just crazy just to even think, like, because, you know, like, I think it was like 6 months ago when Opetaia was taking that money fight, right? He relinquished that belt, hold on to the Ring magazine belt, take that big money fight, and he won. Then to fight again to re-win this title again, his IBF title again. But mind you, Usyk 4 years ago was the same guy holding the same title, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, look, now Usyk's come 360 to freaking clean out the division and then win the heavyweight division. Like, that's like reachable for Opetaia right now, you know?
Yeah, if you think about it that way,
think about it that way, because like I remember seeing a post. What now? After that, he won that money fight, and then people were saying, well, if he cleans out the division, shit, he could possibly move up in weight, you know?
Yeah.
And he could possibly do it too. I mean, you said can still do it.
Okay, boys, just got some hot off the press. The Warriors, New Zealand Warriors, they beat Penrith Panthers 2022.
I told you, is it after round 10?
No, I got that wrong. I tipped the Panthers.
Oh, yeah.
Always the way, eh?
Interesting. I want to go back and watch that one, because I think they had new halves pairing of Chance, Nickel Clockstead playing standoff.
Yeah. And I think it's Tamari Mata in the 7.
Yeah, Tamari Mata playing fullback, I mean, halfback.
Yeah.
Because they got a lot of injuries, New Zealand Warriors. They've been losing to teams that the fans think they should have won.
Yeah.
And now it's a good win, because this is a hard 3 weeks. I think this weekend, Magic Round, they had Penrith, which they won. So that's a bonus.
Yeah.
I think next week they got the Dolphins. I think.
Sounds like a good score with the close game, few tries from both sides.
Yeah. I'm wondering how if it was an element of surprise, because if you're talking about watching tape, if you're studying the other team how they play, and there's nothing on Nickel Clockstead playing 6, right?
Yeah.
So they got no history of. Then it's all like playing blind, I think. So, don't know if that was a big part of the win, but no, it was a close game, 20-22.
Yeah.
Mm. You guys been catching any of the Magic Round?
No, I haven't been. No, I've just been busy. I'm always keen to watch it. I've just been busy, and then by the time we get the kids to bed and sorted and stuff, like, she's tired, eh? Yeah. So, but think that especially since there's been a lot of good games and that, I usually just try to catch some of the highlights because it's more in a quicker form. But yeah, a bit sad they haven't been able to catch. What about you guys? You guys been catch some?
And I've been watching most of the highlights of the Super Rugby at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, watched I think it was the Drua Reds game. And
How did that go? Did the Reds win or?
No, I think the Drua won, man.
Oh, really?
But there was a freaking guy, he's a Fijian guy, bro. And this is what I hate about what's going on with Super Rugby at the moment. You know, you give a warning to someone, and it's a warning yellow card. It was one of the Queensland wingers, bro. He tripped a guy. So it was the number 6 for the Drua. Was just doing a side shuffle and step, and he was close to the line. But just as he stepped the winger, he was coming across. The guy stuck his leg out, and he tripped him. So the guy fell short of the line. His momentum sort of broke because of the trip.
Yeah.
But then in the second half, one of the Drua's wingers, bro, his car, did a nice little infield run. He's cutting across, and he was 1-on-1 with the winger, and he was stepping away from him. Bro, and the guy stuck his leg out again. Fucking the ref was like, blew the whistle and saw the number again. He goes, "Not you, bro," and he gave him a red card. But I was like, what a jock, man! Like, just make a clean tackle, man. But he stuck his foot out. It's like, bro, that can go either way, They could have been like a stick your leg out and do a guy's ACL or something,
Yeah.
It's not a tackle. It's just lazy. But no, they scored some good tries. They were ahead at the halftime. The Drua's first 5 kicked the goal from 51 meters because the game was over in Suva. And then that winger's last try pretty much put them ahead and they won. But surprised at the Blues, The Blues, it was an ugly win. Win's a win, though. But yeah, I just feel like, man, with some of those guys who've been sitting on the bench, it's like, man, no wonder why they don't want to play you guys. Because, like, fuck, you expect a bit more from them, Because we're so used to seeing guys just come in and fill in, like Plummer has their first 5. But, nah, just, I don't know, it's not pretty rugby to watch, so to speak, Because I think, bro, Target, bro, were muscling the front row and even the scrum, bro. They brought it in how you bring in a new prop off the bench. The Blues brought the young guy from who's been in the academy at Waikato. He had his first scrum, and sure enough, bro, the Highlanders just put on their best scrum of the game. And they were like, "Welcome to Super Rugby." Fuck.
Yeah.
It had to be scrum of the game, bro. I was just cracking up. Like, the dude was quite big. He looked babyface.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had him at open knee. Fucking, but I think he must have kissed his own bolos the way he got folded, the scrum. It's like, damn, son. You should blame your number 6 for not pushing behind you. But nah, I haven't been watching much sport. Just a lot of old stuff, bro. It's just on YouTube, eh? Some old games.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the Fox Glenora versus Chev, bro, 2017, when the bro Humming comes back. But beautiful watch, man. Beautiful game, eh? I think that's
I think I watched that game back then, but like,
who? I think one of the Bernards was Dan's little brother. The one he played went over to Melbourne. Who went over to Melbourne? And then he went to the Titans. Yeah, Kirk's game fucking played well. I think he got man of the match. And he played like 15 minutes or something. That was a mean game. I forgot they actually won. I was thinking, man, didn't they lose? But it must have been the year after. They made the final, the semi, and lost or won. Played the final and lost.
Oh yeah, they won. They haven't really. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember watching that game. It was a long time ago. There's a few like little. He scored a try. Eh?
He's got the first try, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It was like a nice little short breast. Boom.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, the man.
And there was a few little scuffles, eh?
But it was good, eh? It was good there.
Yeah.
Bro, in my head I was thinking, bro, why didn't someone just blind shot Tavita, eh?
Because he came on and sort of fired up, eh?
Bro, he got sent off the field twice, man.
Yeah.
Bro, and that tackle was just straight up like literally a punch to the guy's head. Fucking the ref was like, yeah, come here, it's no intent, bro, not clean. Get off a 10. And then he comes back on and then I think
Still fired up, eh? Yeah.
I think it's Salinga, eh? Salinga goes in to do a little late hit on Hame. Bro, and Hame fell today and got up and just tried to do the chest to chest, and then a couple of minutes later, Salinga runs it for it. He comes to the last tackle, and then the ref was like, "Nah, Tavita jumps over to you guys." Fuck, man, crack up. That was a good game to watch. Eh?
Yeah,
man, that's cool that whoever loaded it's got the whole footage.
Yeah,
That's a good game. That was a good game.
Might have to try and get the WesWes Network to put some games on the YouTube channel.
Oh,
do some interviews and throw them up for some of the players on the magazine.
I thought you were going to say it must be time to get the WesWes to get Salinga and Hamid to come and finger inside the back of the 135, eh? Okay, run it back straight. What happened in your final? Crack up.
I was just looking up the score for the Drua Reds game. It's 28-19 to Fiji and Drua. It's good that they have the home games in Fiji, eh? Because it's something that Moana Pacifica doesn't have, a home field, which is sad. But I think that's a big key to Drua's success. But they are doing better than Moana. They're the two teams that came in the expansion, expansion teams.
Moana's home ground is pretty much. We should make it Apia Park mostly, eh?
Yeah, I think they should have more games in the Pacific.
Yeah,
I think they had to split between Tonga and
they had a game in Tonga,
Samoa.
right?
Yeah, go between those two places or something.
Yeah, but for every home game, not they have home games in Waikato Stadium, and another home game in Eden Park and Mount Smart.
Because we were lucky, we caught a game when Samoa was the Reds and Moana, and it was a good atmosphere, it was a good game, so everyone loved it, eh? It was cool. It was something to look forward to, you know? It was good.
So I was watching the news this week, and it came on the sports part of the news, and they interview Coach Tana Umanga, and they're asking him questions about what are you thinking about Moana not being in the competition next year? Like, hey, did you guys hear about that?
No. But do you feel like let's say it, like, man, these guys are being given the shut up money because they got a post. They're getting paid to relax now. Like, gone are the days of fighting for, like, we need our own team, funded by our own selves, you know? Because him and, like, everyone else that stepped before him they've been hushed already, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like they're going to put it to rest by saying, oh, look, hey, he's tried. Didn't work.
Yeah.
You know?
It seems like that way.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty, I don't know. I don't think there's any room for growth the way it's structured. Hey,
No.
like you're starting from scratch. You're starting from below scratch.
You know what I'd like to see is like a couple of preseason games where they go play in like overseas somewhere. Go play against like Ireland and like a Welsh club or something like that. I think.
But they had that for preseason for some of these other teams. Like Crusaders went over to England to play some English clubs.
Yeah, the Crusaders played months already.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Season.
Yeah. I guess they got the money to do to go.
The Blues went over played in Japan.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Japan was like a waste of time. Like,
And
It's
Chiefs
not.
too. Chiefs went to Japan as well.
Yeah, Chiefs into Japan.
It's not like it's not going to fix everything, but it's just a good way of like things like growing the brand. They obviously got to get success because that always fixes everything. It's winning games, but like playing because there's all islanders over there, so like people will come to those games and then maybe start following along and yeah, it's not the fix, but I think that could be good as a part of the club. But yeah, they got to win games basically. That fixes everything, but look at the Warriors. Not losing. Now they're winning a little bit, like last year. And then there's crowds. Same with Moana. They win a bit. Figure that out. But I reckon some international games and stuff like that would be good.
I reckon, bro. You know what they need to do, man? Like, let's be straight. Like, we have the Super 8, right? With the Super 8, that's targeted like the middle of the country. Then they have the other 8, which is like the one that, who was it? St. Paul's Collegiate, they play in. There's like a competition, right? Like, they have all of that. Like, you know how they merged the New Zealand top 16? They take the top of every provincial. I think New Zealand rugby needs to concentrate, like, say, for the Auckland 1A, the only people who can poach from the 1A is the Blues. We just need to go back to that, man. Just straight up, man. Because like Damian McKenzie, right? He's from down the line. Did Waikato really need him? I didn't think they needed him. Like Leonard Brown, he's not from the region, right? He's from down south as well. It's like, did they really need him? Because I've seen heaps of schoolboy talent come out of like Hamilton Boys. Like, I think like Hamilton Boys' coach, the son, Noah, he ended up down at the Crusaders. It's like, let's stop doing that shit. Just keep to the regions, pick from the regions, and if there's nothing there, like you're the 4th string, then move. Because look at the boy, like who's at the boy from oh nah, it's not to say because he went down for Otago. Like if you're not going for like to study, then okay, yeah. Hey, if you've moved yourself down to go study down in Otago, yeah, that's fine. But I mean, if you're still living in Auckland, like that Nana Satoru, like wasn't he an Auckland-born player? Like he is here playing at St. Kitts. Now he's in Waikato. Why couldn't they tell him to stay here? Like it's just, I think, let's get it right that way first. That way the provincial teams don't look like circus when we got all our players back. And you're like, oh, I thought that guy was down in Otago or down in the Chiefs territory, I mean, get it right from that point of view first. Then we can look at, okay, these positions we need specialists at, Then we can sort of go to the bigger pool of like, okay, we'll pull one guy up from out of the region. Because man, look, there's some club talent at the moment, and the guys that slip through the rep crack, right, and they end up playing club. Otherwise, they become a factory worker and they just become a has, or he could have, should have, if they didn't get picked up for a league puffer, Yeah, man,
I think they should change the format of Super Rugby. Super Rugby 12. There's 12 teams in Super Rugby right now. I think they should go back to the old Super 10. We had 2 pools of 5. Remember that when the first Super Rugby first started, it was only 10 teams. So you had 2 pools of 5, and you just have the games. Then you just have the finals at the end.
But when Australia had their 2 teams, they literally had New South Wales and Queensland. They were 2 separate. They weren't like franchise teams, and they were rep teams. So if you're from Queensland, you only play for Queensland. Like that was when it was like that, But then it makes the games harder, Yeah,
it makes the games harder, more competition. But because I think the format is now because it's 12 teams and you still got a top 8 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think the Crusaders, they were losing what? I think it was round 10, still got a chance to make the top 8,
Yeah. When you do it like that, it's sky, Whereas if it was straight 10, top 4, that's it.
Top 4, even top 6, do like if you're 1 and 2 seed, you get that week off, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 playoff.
Yeah.
For semi-final and then final way.
Yeah, that's even better, bro. But man, I mean, I'm sure there's some people that's sick of seeing like the same teams in the bottom 3. Hey, it's like, if you can put out like $1 on every team you think is gonna be in the bottom 3, without doing the mathematical chances of who's going to be in the bottom three. It's like, man, just give them one at the spoon, man. Give them the championship of the number, you know? It's like, because it's a bit, makes you sad to want to chase that sort of jersey, you know what I mean? Like, do you want a Blues jersey or do you want a Moana Pacifica that's going to finish third every year jersey? Like, it's not attractive.
One of the good things about rugby is that Crusaders are coming like last. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's been a while, so it's good. I think it's good.
Yeah, I think
they've been
in my case,
stealing
like, it's all about making the competition better. Like, making the top six and doing it that way would make it more competitive because you're trying to get into that top six, you know? You can't give bottom teams a chance halfway through the season. Imagine if you lost every game and it's halfway through the season, but you still got a chance if you win 3 more games or something, you know? It's like, hey, you'll probably get eliminated in 8, but man. But even having the Super Rugby season overlap the tests, like have Australia versus New Zealand test within the Super Rugby season, like how Star Origin is within the NRL season.
NRL, yeah.
Like you can have that like sort of weekend when you have Australia versus New Zealand.
Bledisloe type of thing, eh?
Yeah, have the Bledisloe within the Super Rugby season just to break it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully they listen to us.
They should be listening to us. They just don't know what's good for them, you know?
Okay, moving on, boys. Man, I put this article up. This is like a article I put up last minute on the page, but apparently there's a rape allegation for someone in the NRL, Queensland-based NRL player. This plays their origin. News reports say a very serious rape charge or allegation. He's got name suppression now, but if he is charged, his name will be out there. I put it up on the Inside the Clip page, and it had some. I said that I think if I was to put money on it, it will be Reece Walsh. He's a guy that plays for Queensland. You know, he ticks all the boxes. He plays for Queensland. He plays in the Queensland-based team, Brisbane Broncos.
Given that
he's not playing this weekend because of a knee injury. Report saying
knee injury, but he's saying given he had the time off, like if you think about every other team, every other player's played every week, week in, week out. But then, when could have these sort of antics happen? Hey, in the time frame of the beginning of the season, so no.
But the question is, if I know his name's not out there, so no one knows who he is yet, but would he have been stood down to play this weekend? Because you can just probably do your research, do the math, see who's not playing this weekend, to find out who, just to put some names there to knock a few names off, you know?
Yeah.
Like I think Filippo came underneath the post and put Jared Wallace's name on. He ticks the boxes as well. But
the allegations or whatever, I usually typically like don't believe it. People trying to get stories, one thing, and then the ladies, you know, like they always trying to get guys, man, like, you know what I mean, like hooking up with a guy and then saying they got raped or whatever, or maybe they were going out, and I don't know, it's just always shady, man. Like I'm always real skeptical. I don't believe it. Like, yeah, I don't believe that stuff. You know, the lady and then the journalist as well, twisting things around and stuff. So yeah, I always feel sorry for the players.
yeah, it talks to a lot about how the media is in Australia. You know how they're always
like trying to bring them down. You know, like because I'm like, I'm trying to bring these guys down. You know.
Well, just finding any kind of story, you know, any kind of story.
Yeah, just trying to write something to write.
Yeah.
To get some
And the
some
more
views.
negative the story is, the better, you know.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't believe this stuff.
But it's interesting, because you don't tend to see that sort of news here in New Zealand with our athletes. I mean, if it's like really bad, then you probably get some name suppression and you don't even know. I think over the years there's been name suppression with rugby players, especially with domestic violence and that, but names never been thrown out there, or the story never really gets into detail. Just something to put on the paper, but that's about it. There's nothing controversial like maybe drugs or, you see, I think it was Reece Walsh that got in trouble for his cocaine thing when he went back to the Broncos after being with the Warriors. But then all the stuff in Sydney as well, like there's a lot of it there. There's a lot of those stories that come out just to bring those guys down, but I'm just glad it's not here. Or maybe our players are glad it's not here.
It's here, but just not as brutal as the Aussie riders and that. I think it's just the world. Like, it's bad, man. Like just not to be doom and gloom, but like even watching Yellowstone last night, I watched the episode where there's some people accusing them of their farming things and that, like the animal rights and all that. But then when he explains what's going on, like they get a better picture of what's happening. So I think like a lot of the time people just don't have an idea of what's actually really going on, and I think morals and that are like going down as well. In general, I'm not saying everybody, obviously, but it's I don't think it's good. Like it's a lot of wishy-washy. The hard-nosed, old-school sort of thing is getting less and less, and it's more like do whatever you feel good, and whether it hurts other people or not, and the woke people and all that stuff. It's getting real like weak, sort of like wishy-washy stuff, and I think the journalists are like sort of a part of that, like sort of like evil, man. They're evil. It's like wolves. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Some of them, like they appear nice, but really they got bad hearts, for the people, trying to ruin people's careers and profiles and things like that. But they look good on the outside, and they can speak a good game, but on the inside, it's not good hearts, Yeah, not to be negative.
No.
Well, that's what I reckon anyway.
But like I get it, the sense of his money, right? The sense of his money, and these new news people, they're in competition with each other. They need the news so they can get over the other news guys, be the first ones to have the info, that sort of thing. So it overtakes feelings and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to know whoever wrote that article is gonna come with a follow-up one if the real story does even come out. It's like you can't be like how Sonny Bill. Remember how we just started off about that leadership and respect? What he didn't respect the All Black the guy who didn't stand up when they were supposed to get in trouble. You can't just let the people wait, mate. You got to let everyone know who it was. So hopefully, whoever the article is about, it's even worth bloody worrying about. But yeah, maybe that's just for a little. Maybe the article was written for a bit of hope for the New South Wales players, because like Tedesco's had one too many concussions, and maybe they might not have a starting fullback or yeah.
I'm not worried about Tedesco. We got another guy waiting in the wings there, from Penrith. So it's all good. Good replacement there. Moving on. So let's you put up a video on the page. Michael Laws. So he's on the platform. That's an internet news feed headed by Sean Plunkett. Michael Laws, mayor, used to be, I don't know if he still is, but he used to be a mayor of Wanganui.
Yeah.
And he's a radio guy too, so You explain that video, Alex?
Yeah, he interviewed that. He's one of the Poirot OG chapter of the Mongrel Mob. Dennis was it Makaleo? And he's fully tatted, fully tatted, tatted face. When he got asked a few questions about the what attracted him to the club, his beloved Mongrel Mob family, he pretty much just said what it was. And in Poirot back in the day, in the early 70s, there wasn't much around, just like telephone booths. That's all there was to play with. But he found that the pad obviously had a lot of like V8s, so his interest was cars. Then going deep into the interview, he tried to ask him without asking him. So it was like he was trying to say, did you have to commit crime to be part of your club? And Dennis sort of brushed it off and just carried on talking. But Dennis also has a grandson who ran for the local government in Poirot as well. Then when he found out what was involved, he sort of like withdrew his run because he was like, nah, fuck off, I'm not going to do that. But Dennis was just big on reforming the way he thinks, and like being a lifetime member of the Mongrel Mob in Poirot. I think the conversation was trying to get at, like, you know, is gang culture here like is it as tough as what they say it is, you know? Because before the sting operations and all the stuff that's unfolding now in the media and the ban of gang patches, I thought it was a good sort of like interview to sort of watch and maybe look on more videos online. Like there's quite a few of them. Because there's a lot of guys who, like, you know, when they join the clubs, they have a, you know, back in that day, like what Dennis touched on was like guys that were senior to him were part of the ones that went into state care, like for stealing stuff. All of those guys are the ones who carry the bruises and aren't over their shit, you know. They went through a lot to go through and like did the time, did the lag, and then they came out. But he's speaking as a 63-year-old grandpa. He said that the chapter before me and that generation, they were part of a generation where they didn't show love. You couldn't hold your wife's hand. You couldn't show, you know, affection to your kids. But he's saying, I'm part of this generation. So for him, as an advocate for his club, you know, they're just us just wearing patches. You know, they're like everyone else in New Zealand. They want the best for their future. They want the best for their kids. They want the best for, you know, for them to be accepted in society. Because I didn't know why, and maybe I grew up around it and I saw more of my share of it to understand it. You know what I mean? Because I always say to people, like, if I had a patch on my back, would it change the person I am? I don't think it would. I'd still be the same guy. You know me the way I am. I might just have a patch on when I farewell someone, you know? But I think that's why it sort of concerns me, is because, like, he's fully tatted. That's the only difference, you know? But this club, to him, he said it was just a sense of belonging for him, you know, which was right from the start, is like why he wanted to be part of, you know, that crew that had the V8s in it. And I think if you look up other stuff on gangs now, like, you didn't get the opportunity to hear from these guys straight up, you know, without any, like, without them sounding like I don't know, like hypocrites, I suppose. But I feel like this interview generally seemed like, yeah, he's a reformed person. He did his time. He's come out. He doesn't want the same thing for his kids. Even when asked the question, "What then? If you didn't want the same for your kids," which is something that was like one of the last questions he is, if you don't want this life for your kids, then why are you still part of the mob? You know, that's almost like asking someone, like, "I say, why you go to church and give your life to that church and then not leave if you don't want your kids to go to that church," which is sort of different, you know, because I feel like these guys, they live and breathe it. They see a lot. But I don't know. you can't just, it's not like, like they see in movies. You see it in movies. You can't just walk away from us. When you're in the mob, you can't just leave that life behind because you're embedded in it, right? You breathe it, you live it. That's all you see. I just feel like a lot of this needs to be more known to people, man. Like, it's a lot of good people who are just people and they just belong to clubs because they have their own reasons. But yeah, I just hate the fact that in today's society and the way we're heading with gangs, because it feels like to me, if you didn't get rid of smoking, right, you needed all the funding that comes from smoking. You don't want to get rid of all the gamblers because they need that money there because it's there. It's just like if you got rid of all the gangs, who's gonna do the dirty work? No one's gonna do it, It's just gonna create something else worse in society, I feel. But yeah.
Nice thoughts there. Nice thoughts there.
Yeah, I don't know like too much about it to be honest, but I feel like they would still. You can't stop them anyway. Like maybe you stop the patches, but you would never stop. Like it's still established. It's it's been around for ages, so probably find ways around things and the ways to continue. But I don't think you ever stop it. Yeah, just like cigarettes and that. I mean, you could ban anything, but people will find a way to do it or be a part of that thing, whatever it is, But yeah, I've never had any problems with gangs unless they've sort of driven in front of me and on the road and that. But yeah, if you keep your head down, bum up, you sort of don't have any troubles there, any dramas. Well, I haven't come across any stuff, so but I don't know too much. But what about you, Cams?
Yeah, not really experienced in that, but it seems like from news and what I've read, like a lot of it is about belonging, and it feels like when society doesn't tend to your needs in a certain way, then you tend to turn to something else. It might be a gang, it might be something else, but it might be something else completely, a religion or something like that. But I think it's one of those things, and I think with that comes responsibility as well within the gang, and like you said, before we jumped on the mics, like you can have a tree and some bad apples on the tree, I think the bad name of gangs comes from those bad apples, when it comes to drug dealing, methamphetamine, all that kind of stuff, which is bad. But to be in a gang, to be in a society outside of society, like a made up one that's outside of sort of like the law, outside of the law, like you could tend to go into those illegal spaces, if you know what I mean. It's easy to, but it's something you can't help either, because it's like part of the I think it's like in the same ballpark, It's up to the person at the end, like you make decisions. I think it's up to you anyway. Sweet guys. Yeah. There hasn't been much news. We sort of had to freestyle this up until now. But let's get into some Fia Poko of the week stuff, man. There's a few up there on the page, huh, Alex?
Oh man, Sheriff just coming off the boxing. Did you see the guy who ring announced the winner of the fight? Oh my gosh,
that was the women's one, eh?
It was the women's boxing, man. Women's boxing. I don't know who to be angry at. But what was the main event? Fox Sports Australia, the controversial result announcement for Nina Hughes and was it Connex Johnson, and the decision, the winner was announced, right? Obviously, the guy, he's the New Zealand Sky Sports announcer, right? Announces it, and it's just, what the fuckery is that, man? So, yeah, it was that guy's anticlimax, huh?
So the announcer named the wrong person, eh? Named the wrong person to win.
Oh, yes. Yeah. He's he's given the win to the wrong person. Now, clearly the audience have made the what the fuck?
Oh man.
The guys.
That's almost as bad as naming the Miss New Zealand or Miss Universe and it's the wrong. Remember the wrong.
Oh,
the wrong winner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck yeah, that was crack on me.
and the announcer giving himself an upcut.
And here's another one. This is called Two Tree Guys. So I told you that I did a few tree cuts around the house, and like I watched what you need to do when you're cutting with a saw. So you need to go 70 degrees, man, and 7 degrees. So one cut 7 degrees, another's 45, and the last cut's from the back. And that should get you bang on line for where the tree falls. Now, I don't know if these guys, you can find anything on YouTube, man. But see, this guy, he asks the guy to anchor. So anchor just pull, and nah, he did it wrong, mate. You see that? He was trying to cut it in half. You see, he's going straight. So the straight is not 45, right? That is not a 45, guys. A 45 is like this. So you should have 70, and then a 45, and then a cut straight through the back. The tree would have fallen. The tree would have fallen towards them. But nah, the rope needs to be on the opposite side, mate. And yeah, Kalafai, he lucky he didn't hang himself underneath that rope.
I was like just watching to see if he like cut himself by accident. Is that how to cut yourself? Because that's all I think when I see a chainsaw way. I'm like, man, that's too easy to cut yourself.
Yeah, no, he should never cut flat, man. They say not to cut flat because it does that. Because it jams the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're cutting at a 70, you're cutting right, and all the tree's still solid, so it's still got its fibers going up. So when you cut the 30, the tree's still intact, and it's just the fibers at the back. So when you end up cutting that last bit at the back, you can push that front little lip that you cut out, and the tree will fall that way. But this guy was pulling, but it's cutting flat.
Yeah.
So the blade's pinched when guys obviously pull on the tree. It's pinched the blade.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to run, not knowing that it's got nowhere to fall, except for where he was pulling. Otherwise, just pay someone else to cut your tree, man. Fuck. My layers. And there's another one before I go to the last one, but it's like the guys, obviously a couple of guys working on a car, and a guy goes around to the jack, and it's titled, "This is why you don't mess with the jack while holding up a car." So, yeah, I don't know what the hell he was thinking there.
So what kind of jack is that? Just a standard?
Yeah, it looks like one of the big, like industrial truck ones.
Ooh.
But he touches the handle, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I tell you right now.
Did the guy at the back get caught or?
Yeah, there's a guy underneath the back.
Damn.
But it's what he says, and it's like, he leaned on it and he said, "Oh, I thought it was, that's why you just don't touch the jackals." And then he was trying to football as fast as he can, like, didn't work, man. The guy was still underneath the car. Crazy. But man, I don't know how people capture this stuff on camera, man. And then this last one here is, what would you do, be honest? I don't know if there's a Fia Poko here. But, yeah, it's a lady walking. She must have a gender reveal on, and she's walking with the balloon, walking to the truck, and the little kid just comes with his sword and pops the balloon. So, yeah, I put it on, there's a bit of interest in this one, because I saw there's a few people commented. But yeah, I was cracking up at one of the comments that said, "Share something Mum would have always said to me is, in a situation like this, if I left something fragile on the table and my kids pushed it and it broke, so it's your own fault for putting it there, right?" And got another one from Tony that says, "If that were my mum, I would be on the ground already." So I'm assuming that she would have got WWE'd from the moment it popped. Yep, Sun even agreed to that. She said, I would have got a pouch straight after that to the head. Tana put down, thankful for the confetti he was pink. And
Man,
the last one,
when did this trend of
straight up,
pay-per-view start? How did that begin?
I didn't even know. But you know what?
Is this American started this? And it was
I
just
don't
a
know,
copy?
bro. Because when I heard like they had a gender reveal, I was like, what's that? When you find out what you're having, it's like, yeah, what's that? I guess I'm guilty of doing the one else because my daughter tried to get me to do one, and so I ended up doing this. You know, I didn't know I did it too hard, and before everyone else did, everyone already saw the color, and I was like, "This is why you just don't do it, man. Just don't do it."
You either spend money to do a gender reveal, invite people over, have a big party, spend money on the props to do the whatever idea you have to reveal the gender, and then or save all that money and just do the surprise ones at the birth.
I wouldn't have done a gender reveal, but I was a bit sad because I wanted a son, but I just put it on the family chat.
Yeah,
I just texted on the family chat. So I don't know, I'm not into all that sort of stuff, eh? Just, I don't know. I'd rather put that money into something like more useful, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel unless you're balling, maybe if I was balling, I would do that. And bored, you know, so much money or so, like bored with what to do, I would do it. But I was like, well, I got time to like do that. But hey, it makes you happy and you can do it, and good on you.
Should we do our votes? Should we do our votes?
yeah. What yours for the vote, man?
Oh man, straight away is the boxing one, man.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah, that's got my vote too, man.
That's embarrassing, man. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Feel sorry for the girl that forced you one.
Yeah.
Hold up.
And that was just a big kerfuffle, you know. Just
Straight up, man. Even to but man, even like looking at the ref when he's sitting there, he goes to lift the white off his hand, then he looks across and puts his other hand up, and like he looks even in disbelief, and he has a quick word like, "Are you sure you got that right?" And then it's like, "Boxers to the center ring," and he tries to get through it as fast as he could. But yeah, bro, that's just stupid,
yeah, it's
man. I don't think that guy's gonna get any more work anytime soon, I reckon. But,
Okay, boys, let's move on to what have we been watching. So, I think I'll go first. So, yesterday I watched a movie that's been out at the movies. Now it's online. Called Challenges, starring Zendaya. You know, the girl that's on Spider-Man. She plays Mary Jane on Spider-Man. She's one of those one-name actresses.
Yeah.
Zendaya. It's a movie it's a sports movie about she's like a pro, or she's like a. It's about tennis, right? It's a sports movie about tennis. It's like a love story.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. So it's about these two dudes that are partners, and they play doubles, and they're really good. Their nickname is Fire and Ice. So they're best of friends. They grew up together to play tennis. Now they're in the doubles. They sort of fall in love with the same girl, and she shows up as being this champion tennis player. But they're young. They're still in the junior grades. So she's been awesome in the junior grades, and that person's played by Zendaya. Man, she is stunning in this film. Like she's when she comes on her entrance, because they decide to go see her to watch one of her matches. The two friends. So they go in the stands and they're just waiting for her to show up. When she shows up in her gear. And you know, in the movies they make her real like stunning, and her outfit, short skirt, and she's really looks athletic.
Like a long movie you watched it.
Yeah. Look, she looks stunning, man. She looks really good. She looks really good. Comes with a tennis racket, real professional.
Calm down, Camps.
Then she does the stretches, but it's like it's all filmed to make it like that, right? It's real cool. It's real cool how it's shot, that scene when she comes in. Like there's a glow, there's a glow.
Memorable.
But it's funny. It's funny because the two friends, they're like in awe. So the camera's on them. They're in awe. They're just staring. And you know when the ball goes back and forth, and all the crowd, they go that way, that way. They're moving their heads, but their eyes are still on her, still on Zendaya. So that was a funny scene too. But man, that match, they show her play that match, and if it was real, she would be real awesome. Like she's got when she does her backhand shots, it looks real and looks awesome. Like it's real well shot. And she wins the match. Like she wins the match. And she screams after she wins, "Come on!" You know, like, oh, it's just awesome, Like, but man, you love that. You love that whole, just that scene it's got everything. It's got competitiveness, you know.
Beauty.
She's like, beauty. She wins. She's awesome in the match. You know, it's just an awesome scene. I love that scene there. But it's sort of like it paves the way for the rest of the movie. Like who she is and who she is between these two guys. So the story's about these two guys because they're partners. They end up trying to fight over her, sort of thing. And one of them gets the girl, the other one goes on the downward spiral. But they're both real good tennis players. So the guy that gets the girl, one of the mates that gets the girl, he becomes a tennis star. So the movie goes back and forth between the past and the present. So the present, they're like in their 40s or close to their 40s, and the guy that's with the girl, he's a big star. But the other guy, he's like a down and out guy, like he's poor, but he enters a tournament just to see where he is and all that stuff. But it's a interesting film, But I think if you like sport, it's one of those movies you'll relate to when it comes to especially competitiveness and especially like the passion for the sport.
Nice. I'll have to watch it without fear.
Let me know if the first 30 minutes is good, and I'll watch it too.
But I gotta warn you guys, like it's because it was kind of weird. Because when I was watching the film, I was thinking, okay, it's a bit of some gay stuff going on in the film. Like I was like, hey, and then there's a lot of gay stuff that happens in the film. And then after I watched the film, I looked at I did my little bit of research. So the director, he is gay. So I kind of like, oh yeah, it makes sense now. He made this film to cater for him, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know. It's the new world. But yeah, that's challenges.
What's that on? Was that on Netflix?
No, it's online.
No.
I'll send you the link. How are you, Yush? Have you been almost finished Yellowstone?
Yeah. I think we're like fourth season, sort of just over halfway. So that's still going good. Watched we watched a movie the other week. Actually, I wanted to watch Planet of the Apes with my wife, but I wasn't out yet, so we have to go back another time. So I'm really into that. That sort of stuff. But we watched the Fall Guy, the stunt man. Yeah, it was alright. It just shows from the perspective from the stuntman's view, because it's usually on the main actors and that. So that was alright. It's got a bit of a rom-com, bit of comedy, bit of love in there. So that was all good. That was a good movie. And then I watched the one of the ones you recommend. It's the Blood, Sweat and Touring, the rugby, the All Blacks one.
Yeah, the tour.
Yeah, I watched one of them. There's a few of them, but I watched the one where they went to France. But I'll probably watch the other ones eventually. When you were mentioning it, I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. Just watching the old days and like, it was me. Like Inga was the man. He was like making heaps of breaks and stuff like that, and had
I think because if you know the age gap between, is it the because I was always trying to figure out if Michael James is one of the youngest guys on tour, because like I was trying to follow him from when he left high school. Like he's literally still in high school, man. If you think about it, because he hasn't even played senior football yet. And then when he wasn't playing, because he didn't play on the Sundays.
Yeah.
And then you look at all the ABs around about that age group, right up from I think it's Mike Brewer. Because I remember Mike Brewer when he played NPC. And then I was trying to think of all the other guys after that. I was like, bro, they were all like it's like to replace one guy playing their one position. They had like all literally every number 7 that played NPC to cover Michael Jones when he didn't play. Which is wicked, eh?
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see them like touring back then, and it looked like Grant Fox was the man, like just the way he was talking about the game and strategy, and I was like, wow, this guy seems pretty on sort of, like he was like ahead of his time, sort of thing.
Yeah.
The way he was talking, I was like, wow, so he was pretty sharp, and you could see like JK had like glimpses of him like being a coach too, because he was sort of asking questions and like they were talking that, but you could see he wasn't as onto it as Grant, but he was like curious, like he wanted to figure out how they could improve and get better and stuff. But it seemed like Grant he was a bit more of a student of the game than anybody else on the team, But it was cool to see like Michael and like Inga and that, like they were, man, just like the Islanders on the team, and like doing the damage and that, and like I was like, wow, it was pretty cool, man. Like just to see,
it would have been
like
an atmosphere, eh?
You're like the starting 7 or the starting winger, like that's pretty massive. Like of all the other like 7s or wingers, in all of New Zealand. I thought it was pretty impressive, eh? And then even like JK, I forgot, like, because he commentates. I was like, man, this guy was the man, eh? Like he was big, eh? He was pretty big in it, and he's quick, move well. So it's good to see like the guys like back in their prime, like moving, and just how the tours were back then, like just singing in the sheds and they had their beers. It wasn't as like crazy, eh?
One beer. Yeah. Carry on singing. I was like, oh, second beer.
Yeah.
Up in the lounge, eh?
Yeah. Like it wasn't as crazy, eh?
Yeah.
And like they all sung songs and stuff, and it looked cool. It was a good insight into like the days back then. But I had like there was some cool stuff about how they'll play table tennis or tennis, and like them just being athletes and competitors, eh? Like they're pretty good, man. Like it's not like the guys now, like they're this, like similar. I think like once you're an athlete, you're always an athlete. Like you can sort of play a few different sports and things like that. In their downtime, they got heaps of time, like after trainings and things. So they, whatever they can do, they just like they compete, cards and whatnot. But no, it's good. Thanks for the recommendation. It's good. I'm gonna watch the other ones eventually.
Yeah,
but,
I've watched all 3 of them. I think there's one other one. It's a shorter film one, but I think it's one of the Whitten brothers. It's him and maybe a few of the senior guys.
Yeah,
they just do the highlights of the tour. But no, it's good. Eh? Like one of like it makes you wish like there's reels of the recent guys, like the 2000. When they went to the World Cup and that, and they lost.
Yeah.
Like I wish there was film found that someone could put a video together, post it, so you can just watch it.
Yeah. I didn't realize they lost to like a couple of the clubs too, eh? I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And then they end up being the main French teams, but yeah, they lost a couple of the games. But no, it's good. So yeah, watching that, the Fall Guy, and then still Yellowstone, working my way. I've been following like, I want to watch the league. I love watching the league when I can, and the basketball as well. Whenever I get a cap, my Celtics are going all the way, man. They're going all the way. So that's me. That's me with what I've been watching.
See, OKC lost today. They're out now. So Mavs made the West Finals.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
Yeah.
Oh, just my normal usual YouTube stuff. I've been watching Life of a FIFA Family. There's a guy, Lou, and his wife. He sold up all his stuff in Australia. He was in Melbourne. His sister-in-law and her husband, they started a food truck. This is the last video they did in Melbourne. Then they sold up all their stuff and he moved to Samoa to be with his chill with his parents and his in-laws. But while he's there, he's helping his dad clear some land. And then he thought, while I'm there, I might get a tat. So that's where it's up to. He's halfway through his getting his better done. But no, I haven't watched any new ones. But no, that's a good watch. The Life of a FIFA Family. It's just them documenting the story of what they've been up to and that, and like the challenges that they've had, like while moving and that. I did watch a new one, but I can't remember what it was called. Just like watching this off-grid. There's an off-grid couple that I did watch. They built their house from scratch, and there's another couple who just built a shed. So like, it's got me wondering, like, if I was to build from scratch, right? Would I build a shed and then build inside the cavity of a shed, or would I build like a standalone cabin and just add on to the cabin? You know what I mean? But like watching these new YouTubers jump on and build from the shell of what would be like a stable. Then they from the inside of the stable without a concrete, they've built like a mezzanine floor, and then they build everything up in the cavity of the shed. It's pretty cool, like, because you can fast forward it and make you watch a year's work in like an hour. But yeah, it's got me thinking, man, I wouldn't mind if we get the land, All you need is a bit of land. Build the shed. Just get the shed approved and then put the door down and then build inside it. Yeah. And like, you can put the mezzanine floor, you can put like however many bedrooms. You can have the workshop downstairs and it's big enough to like, Like,
it's interesting you said that because at work we've did a exercise where it's cost effective doing that. It's really cost effective. The only problem is you need land. You need a big space on land. Yeah. That's the only problem. Because you need a big shed and then you build inside,
Well, that's it, man.
Because the waterproofing's on the outside, right? So you can do whatever you want inside. So, yeah. It's it is cost effective if you can do it right.
Yeah. Also, watch the space, I might be trying to get a shed built at the front of my house. But no, I've just been watching a lot of that, and just it's good that like people talk about the run-ins they have, like with like not remembering to make way for like on the slope. Like if you're putting on a slope, not remembering you gotta put water, you gotta put sewage, and it's like an afterthought. But that's why they say build the shed without doing the floor. That way you don't have to have these run-ins later on if you go start building up into the mezzanine, which is smart, Like, see, that's why these Americans they don't put a concrete base down, They just have like gravel and then they can dig it up, Otherwise, once it's cement, you start drilling, cutting it all up, and then it's ruining all the concrete. So that's all I've been watching, man. Just my normal programs. There's no more new visual Samoans videos out. I pretty much watched them all. And that's what I've been watching.
So one more thing I've been watching is the Khabib stuff at wrestling, because my daughter's into wrestling. But it's weird because I don't even wrestle, but I've been watching because they learn like this move called a half Nelson, and so I've been watching like wrestling moves and stuff. It's weird, where your mind goes. Like, I don't even wrestle, but I just watch it, and then I try to get my daughter to practice it on me. So then, like, when she goes to class, then she'll be a little bit more familiar. But you're watching a lot of the wrestling and the Khabib stuff. I like their stuff because they're like all like tough and like good mentality, like about training and dedication. And yes, I really like the wrestlers. They work hard. They work hard. So there's some good stuff. It's good learning, man. I wish I did it growing up. I think it would help with footy too. Like, I noticed a lot of the players, they do like wrestling or jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. Because I know like the Storm guys do that, like especially in the off season. Yeah, it will help, man. Like just with like leveraging your body and like being in different positions, and it's like I can see how it makes sense. It makes sense. But yeah, I'm watching that too.
I remember the full Nelson. That was a signature move for Greg the Hammer Valentine back in WWF days. Full Nelson, Sweet boys. Time to wrap up. Let's do some last words. We'll go for you, Yush.
Oh man, listen to some good podcasts this week. yeah, it was just like, it was a good reminder for myself. But it's hard, like when you get older, like once you get to work and stuff, just about like picking your who you hang out with and that, your time and who you choose to follow and like learn from. The one was podcast. He had his dad who was real onto it and that, so he was lucky he had a mentor right in front of him. But sometimes you don't have that right in front of you. So just being, I guess for me, it's just a reminder to be careful who I hang out with and spend time with. And he had a good saying. It was like, have someone to follow, and then instead of like someone that you're sort of leading, someone's following you, and so have someone like sort of like you're teaching. So I have like from different angles, like someone that you're being pushed from, and then someone that you're pushing. So yeah, it was good. It made me think like who's pushing me, and then who am I pushing, so that it's sort of stimulated in all ways to grow like myself, and then also that I'm trying to encourage others. And then probably one more thing. It was like church man. The guy did a mean he did a mean like word. He said like people feel like they're not worthy. But then he said, look at Moses. He was a murderer. He killed, and yet he did a lot of great things. And then he was like, and then look at David. He was an adulterer, and then he was a man after God's own heart. And then you look at Peter. He denied Christ 3 times, and then he went up and built the church. Started the church, and then Paul Apostle. He was persecuting, killing Christians, and all that. And then he went out and did great things. So like, you can do great things, man. Like it's never too late, and that thing can be your thing to catapult you. Like people think they're not worthy, but like nothing comes worse than those things, man. You know what I mean? Like, they still went off and did great things. So it was an encouragement for me, and I guess hopefully it's an encouragement for anyone else. That you're worthy and that you can come back. You can come back and still do great things. Yeah. So yeah,
really uplifting whistles.
Yeah, no, I was the guy. He had leukemia, man, for like 2 years. The first time he spoke,
Yeah.
and then in our church, and he got up and shared some really good words. And so yeah, shout out to Stephen. Yeah, that was him. He had leukemia 2 years, and he was always a good speaker, but he was just trying to get his health right, and came back and shared those words. So those were his words, not mine. But it was a good encouragement and reminder. Yeah.
Anals.
Yeah.
Oh, firstly, I just wanted to say thanks to the guys who still continue to come through the barbershop and check in and get touched up while I'm home, and just any opportunity they come through to just pull me aside and just give me that moment just to work on their hair. Yeah, it's been a difficult week, eh? I think when I think about it, I feel like, man, like I know time doesn't stand still for anyone, but like I suppose when I think about like whether what I'm going through is hard or whether it's tough or not, I like to just remember like, hey, my parents came here on the brink of nothing, like no English, no money, and they built a life for us. So I like to just try and remind myself, like, hey, man, if I feel like I'm doing it harder, there's others that are going through it and doing it harder. But never do I stop to check myself. Sometimes I just get lost in those thoughts. But then when Empty Out the Clip comes around, it gives me a reminder of like when I was driving around trying to find a car park. I was thinking, man, that's why I pay taxes for people in these places to put more car parks for us at the hospital. But now my last words is, man, to all people that work in the health sector, especially midwives and doctors, I know you guys push for like the extra penny and like the better working conditions. I can only wish you well with that fight. Keep asking, man, because I think the longer you keep knocking on their door's eventually going to open and you guys are going to get what you're worth. And I feel like, just like teachers as well, they're underpaid, we're understaffed, and always under the pump. But they're true blessings to the world that we live in, because when we need doctors and when we need nurses and stuff, like we really need them, So I wish them well, and hopefully they the government just wake up and just give them what they're worth, man. But yeah, that's my 5 cents. You know what it is.
That's cuz, yeah.
Nice, boys. Good to have you guys on every week. Yeah, like I said in the beginning, man, nice to have a rotation every week, different point of views, which is really good. Good to see you again, Yush. And yeah, hope you guys have a good week, and let's do this again next week. Everyone out there, tune in to Empty Out the Clip. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, everywhere else you get your podcasts. Also, our webpage, www.weswesnet.com. Go check out challenges. Let's get the fuck out of here.